Hi guys, this is Divyajyoti Patnaik, and today I welcome back everyone back to my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys are doing safe and you guys are well in this pandemic. So today the session is about the SDLC. So we'll be knowing the some basics of SDLC and why it is used, and where it is used, and what is the logic behind that. So starting from introduction to SDLC, let's move on to the for understanding what is SDLC basically means. So what is SDLC? And guys, I request you not to see the image at very first when the screen comes, because if you directly see the image, you guys might not understand that. So let us understand the theory, then you guys can understand the image. So SDLC basically stands for Software Development Life Cycle, and it is a process that involves different phases or steps involved in development of the software. Basically, when you are making a software, some companies they follow this process or the flow, and the process basically involves from the requirement phase to the maintenance phase. And the main objective behind following this process is to deliver a quality product to the customer. Obviously, when as an organization, when a team is working, they are working for the customer, and the customer expects to get a better product or a great or awesome quality of product at the end of the day. Now, so why do you follow SDLC, and what is the purpose behind that? So as I said, the main objective is to deliver a high quality product to the customer. Now let's understand this statement more clearly. Now, if you see here, there are two cars. One is in a best condition, one is damaged. Why I have given these two images? Let's understand. Now see the example. Let me take an example of a car and its customer. You can see a man. Let's consider him as a customer, and let's understand. Okay, the car, the Skoda company here is basically the organization. Okay, now starting from requirement phase, like you as a customer go to the Skoda showroom. Okay, you go to the Skoda showroom, and there is a or you have seen some advertisements, and you have some idea that okay, there is a Skoda Superb which is going to launch in the market in the very next year. And now the bookings are open. Okay, and they have some limited colors, and your bookings are open, so you decided to go and book the car. And after knowing the specifications, you give a requirement, like you want to do some modifications in that car. Okay, like you want some glossy look, and you want a sports seat over there, and inside you might have some lightings. You want some to add some different kind of music systems inside it, or the car should have a extra seat for a or extra seat configured for a child. If you have a child, in that case you might configure a child seat. Okay, but what happens now? It's time to now you give a requirement. What you do, you go to the showroom, you understand the specification of the car, but you see, okay, I want this requirements, but I want this car. For example, if you have a car in your mind that gives all this specifications, and it has whatever add-ons requirement you have. That suppose I'll take an example of Ford Endeavour. Ford Endeavour is having all the things, all the requirements that matches your requirement, but you are interested to buy a sedan, buy a Skoda Superb, and yes, you have decided to go for it, but you want the same thing to be configured in your car, Skoda Superb. So now what happens? You give a requirement, you give the money, everything is done. You give the requirement and you go back. Now what happens? Now it's time to the Skoda team to analyze and design the extra requirement, because the car is already ready. The Skoda Superb is already ready, and it's already been shipped for the next year. It's been ready and it's all good, and they have tested Now it's ready to be launched in the market. Okay, now it's ready to be launched in the market. But what happens? But what happens? Now there, what happens? They will do analyze and design of your requirement. In analyze part, like in the analyzation part, okay, when they're analyzing, when the Skoda team is analyzing, they'll analyze how many workers to be involved. If they have suppose 50 workers, how many workers will be involved in this particular work? What will be the cost of the, what will be the cost here basically means the profit margin. What will be the profit margin of that? How much extra can you get out of it? Yes, the customer had paid the money, but still, how much profit you can get out of it? The cost also, and the components to be configured, the time that will be taken to deliver the car, and also we need to design the sporty look sheet, glossy color which will shoot on that car, and the child sheet, and so on. Every color does not shoot over the car, and yes, and even people have a choice of their color. This will not shoot, that will not shoot. So this thing happens. So now once the design is ready, and we'll start implementing that. We'll start configuring it over the car. Okay, and let's suppose they tell, okay, the car should be printed with my name. A lot of people have a lot of requirements, and yes, according to the requirement, companies even do that. Okay, so after implementing, or once the extra features are added in the car, the team who implemented it will have a look once. They will just check whether anything is missed out. Everything is working fine, everything is looking good, it's good to go. Now what they will do, they will be giving it to their testing team. Okay, testing team will take the car for a ride to check on the comfort, looks and the color. Obviously the car will go out for a ride, because the entire configuration, like the music system, the sitting area, and yes, the interior basically is changed now, and there is the extra child seat which is configured, then the color, then the looks and everything, the sporty look. So everything now it is configured. So how the comfort is. So basically according to that, they'll be checking on this. And now once everything is done, okay, once this test is also passed and requirement is fulfilled, now it is the time to deliver the product to the customer. Let's suppose the Skoda showroom is somewhat 1000 kilometers or 900 kilometers from the customer's place, and the customer wants the car to be shipped. Now Skoda will charge the money, the customer will obviously give it, and now the Skoda ships the car to the customer. But once the car gets delivered, the customer finds a part is damaged. If you see the previous image, I have shown you a backlight is damaged over there. You can refer that image. But here what happens, or you might take example, the color might be changed. The customer wants a blue color and he gets a white color out of it. So what happens there? See, and one more thing, this damage and all, it might be happened for any reason. Okay, there might be thousands of reasons behind that, but yes, the end of that, it is damaged, and the customer is not getting a great product out of Skoda. Okay, yes, Skoda Superb is a great car, but when some part is damaged and the color is also changed, it is not a good impression. Now what the customer will do, the customer will raise a request for maintenance, or he'll complain on maintenance, and the maintenance team has to fix the problem as soon as possible and deliver the car as per the requirement. They have to deliver the car, or they have to deliver whatever is requested as per the requirement. In short, Skoda was not able to deliver a high quality product to its customer, and it is not basically Skoda, but it might happen with any car brands or bike brands or any goods shipped over road, over by air, anything. It can be anything. So I have taken example of Skoda to better make you understand, so you understand this what is done basically. Now, if I explain in the form of an example, if I explain it in the form of a software testing, in a software engineering how it is done, you can see we'll be starting with planning, as I said over there in the previous screen. Then we'll go for analysis, then we'll go for design, then development, testing, implementing, and maintenance. Okay, so it is basically the system development life cycle, you can say, or the software development life cycle, you can say, all are the same. Now, similarly, in the software testing, what happens when the customer gives a requirement, the entire flow shown is followed. Okay, the entire flow is which is shown is followed. Basically, you guys can refer the previous image for understanding. As I said, you can see here. This is what I'm talking about. This you guys can refer it and you can understand what I said for the Skoda car, and now what I'm going to say for the software. Okay, or for any application. Now let me take an example of an application. Let's say Amazon, Flipkart, or Myntra. Here the customer basically means here the Flipkart, Amazon, or Myntra wants some organization to develop their app. Suppose there are a lot of offices, in India. We have TCS, Wipro, Infosys, HCL, and we have Google, we have Microsoft, we have many startups company, we have mid startups company, we have Springboard as a company. There are a lot of companies. Okay, there are a lot of companies. Even nowadays, there is a term called freelancer. Even they are also there in the market. So now this particular customer, they want some organization to work for their app and develop their app. Now, so they decided to go with any of the organization in India. For example, basically, let's say there is XYZ company and they want to go with that company. So what they do, either they go to the respective company or they call some of their person who is responsible for taking the requirements. Might be the business analyst or the product analyst. They will call them, or they will themselves go there in the company and meet the head of the company and discuss about the requirements. Now let's say XYZ company says yes, we can work on your requirements. In that meeting, stakeholders, technical lead, senior managers, business analyst, product analyst, and so on are involved. Guys, I am very sorry when I am making this content. Might be there a spelling mistake. Please ignore that. I'll promise you guys to not make mistakes in my spellings, so you guys don't get messed up, or you don't get confused basically. So here it is product analyst and so on, rather than son on, are involved. So now once the requirement or the SRS basically here means the system requirement specification. System basically means the app. Requirements is the requirements given by the customer. Specification means what the app should have. Okay, when you are buying a mobile, you see there is a specification mentioned over there. When you open Amazon app, you type for some mobile and or some device, you'll get some for sure you'll be getting some specification. Might be the OTG, might be the any product. They definitely had a specification. So now, once the requirement of the SRS is ready, the analysis is done, like how much resources would be needed, how many days needed to finish the work, what will be the cost or what will be the profit margin out of it, and the teams involved here is finance, which decides over the cost. Project manager decides over the team size and the team making and how it can be done. HR will be recruiting freshers or experienced people depending upon the requirement of the project or the discussion about the project with the project manager. Then architect will be involved here in designing the high level design or the low level design, that is the HLD or LLD. As well as we'll be having the business analyst who got the requirements and the product analyst, either of them who got the requirement. Next comes the design part, where it is separated into two parts, HLD and LLD. HLD stands for high level design, whereas LLD stands for low level design. Now here HLD is done by the architect and LLD will be done by the senior developers. The entire work will be divided into different modules. So different people can work. Like the UI UX developer can work in some module, and basically he will be working on every module. Then front end module someone can work, back end someone can work. So, and database someone can work. So like this, every modules it will be distributed among people. So everyone can work in different modules according to their best knowledge people are having, or the resources are having. Now the developer starts the coding, and parallel to that, the testing team what they do, they write test cases referring the system requirement specification, that is the SRS, or the requirement you can say only. And once the code is ready, it is then reviewed by the senior developers, and then once everything is ready, once the code is good to go, and it is moved for testing. When the code is moved for testing, now testing team what happens, they test. Obviously there will be a testing URL, there will be a testing environment where the testing team will test that, and yes, testing teams will hit the URL, and when they test the application, okay, they will be referring the test cases for testing the application. And what happens if they find a defect? Let's suppose they find a defect. I have taken an example in my previous video on the Facebook app where Sita and Geeta were working. You guys can take that example, or I am giving an example again. Let's suppose there is an application called as Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra. I take, it's a very similar application, common using every day. We are using it every day, and for might be for doing some searching from products you want, or purchasing something, or like getting something, or gifting someone. We use the application for any kind of stuff. Now what happens? We know when I am selecting a product and I am clicking on add to cart button, the product should go and be in the cart. Okay, but what happens when I am clicking on the product and I am adding to cart? It is taking me to the payment page. Or it is not either going to the cart. Basically the cart button is not, add to cart button is not working. In that case, it is a defect. It is not actually working as per the expected result. Expected is once you click on the add to cart button, the respective selected item should be placed in the cart, but this button is not working, or it is going to the payment page, which I don't want. In that case, this is a defect. So once tester gives us, like, basically what happens, yes, now testing team, they will test the application, and if they find the defect, they will log it. They will log the defect either in some bug tracking tool, and then what happens, once they log the defect, the project manager will see the defect, they'll review the defect, and they'll assign it to the respective developer who has worked on it, and they'll tell the developer to fix it. Now once the developer fixes the bug, the tester has to retest the bug once again. And once the tester retests the bug once again, if there is no issues in that particular module or particular section of what is being fixed or what is being developed, if there is no issues, tester will give a sign off and the code will be deployed to the production. Now After getting deployed to the production, what happens? The end users as well as the client or the customer use the application, and in any case in production, if there is a defect, if there is a defect found, if there is a defect found, maintenance has to be done. Maintenance basically has to be done means either it will be a bug fix, or might sometimes it might be a add-on feature. A feature has to be added, and sometimes it might be there is a UI change or something. It might be anything, okay, but maintenance has to be done. So maintenance will be done by our development team as well as the testing team, because yes, if it's getting developed, it also has to be tested. Then the customer should get the application to test. Here basically we tell it as a UAT, that is the user acceptance testing, and yes, we'll be discussing on different types of testing in an upcoming video in very recent days. And now what happens? Maintenance. When the term maintenance comes, maintenance is never done, for a longer period of time. It's for a free of cost. I cannot maintain an application for a 10-year and 20-year with free of cost. There will be a proper contract, okay, when the requirement comes. That time only there will be a contract between the customer and the organization. Okay, like we'll be developing the application and we'll be maintaining the application till such amount of time, or till such date, okay, or till such year. We'll be let's suppose for 2 years we are giving a maintenance, free of maintenance. Now in that 2 year, if anything happens to the application, we are responsible for it and we'll do the maintenance for it. We'll do maintenance for free of cost. But after that 2 year, remember guys, after that 2 year, the organization is going to charge a heavy amount to the particular customer for maintaining the application. So this is how everything was basically. This is how I had made you understand on the Skoda. And relating the Skoda, if you come and see here the software testing, basically the software development lifecycle and in software testing, and how it is basically when you are developing an application in the development phase, what steps we follow. If you just basically relate that and study, you'll get to know about this. And yes, basically testing means, or when you're studying testing, have some examples in your mind. As I'm giving you examples, please take some examples and study. So when you take some examples and study, it will make you more clear what you are trying to do. Okay, so yes, with this session ends, and hope you guys like the video. And if you have any comment or any doubts, you can put in the comment box. And yes, hope you guys like this video and it is understandable to you. I'm hoping for comments from you guys, so basically I can improve myself on what you guys want. And yes, do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be keep uploading videos which will be helping you guys out in the future. And yes, people who are also having some less experience in testing also, they can refer this video for a brush up. So anyways, thank you guys, and yes, like, share and subscribe please. Thank you and have a good day, and yes, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.